Next we'll come to Stamp and Registration Act. Under which section of the Registration Act is compulsory registration of documents is prescribed? Section 17. What is the time limit for presenting a document for registration under Registration Act? 4 months. Who is the authority to register document under Registration Act? The sub-registrar. Can an unregistered sale deed of an immovable property be admitted as evidence? No, because Evidence Act prakaram presumption enti, as soon as they are registered, they are considered to be genuine. Next, what is the penalty for late presentation of documents for registration? Fine up to 10 times of the registration fee. Which document does not require compulsory registration? Will. Under which section can a person refuse to register a document? Section 34. What is the appellate authority for refusal to register a document? Registrar. Can a document be registered in a different sub-register office than where the property is situated? No. What is the validity of unregistered mortgage deed? It is invalid. Under which section of the Registration Act is the procedure for re-registration of lost documents provided? Section 52. What is the limitation period for filing a suit for compulsory registration of a document? Section 30 days. Who has the power to direct registration of a document that was refused? Registration, District Registrar. Under which section does Registration Act prescribes the registration of wills? Section 40. Can a lease deed for 1 year be registered? No, not mandatory. What is the consequence of non-registration of a document required to be registered? Cannot be admitted as an evidence. Under which section can the refusal to register a document be appealed? Section 72. What is the mode of presenting a document for registration? In person. Who can present a document for registration? Executant or agent. What is the time limit for representing a document after refusal? 30 days. Can a will be registered after the death of the testator? Yes. Which documents require compulsory registration under Section 17? Sale deeds, gift deeds, lease above 12 months. Can a registered document be cancelled? Only by the court order. What is the time limit for registration of a will? There is no time limit. Can a document executed outside India be registered in India? Yes. Under which section does the Registration Act provide for the procedure of document registration? Section 52. Section 52 important andi. Who can refuse to register a document? Sub-registrar. Can an oral agreement be registered? No. Under which section can a person file a suit for compulsory registration? Section 77. Is a partition deed among the family members compulsory registrable? Yes, if immovable property is involved. Under which section of the Registration Act can a document be impounded? Section 33. What is the main purpose of Stamp Act? Revenue collection. What is the punishment for executing a document on unstamped paper? Penalty and also fine. Penalty ante కట్టం దానికి గాను ఉన్నదానిపైన ఇంపోజ్ చేసేది, ఫైన్ అంటే మీకు వేసే జరిమానా. వాట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ స్టాంప్ యాక్ట్? రెవెన్యూ కలెక్షన్. Under which act stamp duty is imposed? Indian Stamp Act 1899. Is a power of attorney for immovable property registration required to be stamped? Yes, it is. Who determines the stamp duty payable on a document? The collector. Under which section of the Stamp Act can instruments be impounded? Section 33. Can an unstamped document be admitted in evidence? No, unless the duty is paid and penalty is also paid. What is the consequence of understamping a document? Penalty, and it may become invalid also. Under which section can a party apply for adjudication of proper stamp duty? Section 31. Under which section of the Registration Act can a document be registered after the prescribed time? Section 25. What is the effect of registering a document after prescribed period with fine? Valid registration. Can a registration be cancelled by the registrar? No, it can be done only by the court. Under which section of the Registration Act is refusal of registration provided? Section 71. Who has the power to refuse registration of a document? Sub-registrar. Under which section can an appeal be filed against the refusal to register a document? Section 72. Who is the final authority to decide on registration disputes? Civil court. What is the jurisdiction of sub-registrar within his sub-district? Can a document be registered if the executor is absent? Yes, it can be done only through a power of attorney. Under which section is the registration of trust covered? Under section 18. What is the main purpose of the Stamp Act? Revenue collection. Can an unstamped document be executed? No. Under which section of the Stamp Act can instrument be impounded? Section 33. What is the punishment for executing a document on unstamped paper? Penalty and also fine. Can an unstamped document be admitted as an evidence? No, unless the duty and penalty is fined. Who determines the stamp duty payable on a document? Collector. Under which section of the Stamp Act can a party apply for adjudication of proper stamp duty? Section 31. Is a power of attorney of immovable property registration required to be stamped? Yes, it is required. What is the consequence of understamping a document? Penalty and invalidity. Under which section of the Registration Act is the procedure for registration documents prescribed? Section 52. What is the consequence of presenting a document with insufficient stamp duty? Because it cannot be registered. Under which section can an instrument be validated after paying deficient stamp duty? Under section 35. What is the maximum penalty for understamped documents? 10 times the duty. Stamp duty is than 10 times. Under which section is stamp duty is determined? Section 31. Who is the competent authority to assess stamp duty? Collector. Under which section can an instrument be impounded? Section 33. Can an unstamped document be admitted as evidence in court? No. Under which section is the registration of will is covered? Section 40. What is the time limit for presenting a document for registration? 4 months. Can a sale deed be registered without stamp duty payment? No. What happens if a party refuses to appear before the sub-registrar? Document may be refused registration. Can a registered document be cancelled by the sub-registrar? No. Under which section can a document be registered at the residence of the executant? Section 31. Can a lease deed for 1 year be registered? No, it is not compulsory. What is the consequence of failure to register a mortgage deed? It is invalid mortgage. Can a registration be challenged in a civil court? Yes. Under which section is the registration of partnership is covered? Under section 18. Who can refuse the registration of a document? The sub-registrar. What is the time limit for appealing against refusal of registration? 30 days. Under which section of the Registration Act is the registration of adoption deeds covered? Section 17. Can an unregistered document affecting immovable property be admitted as an evidence? No, it cannot be. What is the consequence of not registering a document required under section 17? It has no legal effect. Under which section can an appeal be filed against an order of register? Section 76. What is the period within which document can be represented after refusal? 30 days. Under which section of the Stamp Act is penalty for understamping mentioned? Section 35. What is the maximum penalty for insufficiently stamped documents? 10 times the duty. What is the purpose of the stamp duty? Revenue collection. Who is the authorized to adjudicate stamp duty? The collector. Under which section can an insufficiently stamped document be validated? Section 42. Is a family settlement deed compulsory registrable? No, if it is oral. Under which section is the compulsory registration of gift deeds covered? Under section 17. Can an unstamped promissory note be enforced in court? No, it cannot be. Under which section does the Stamp Act provides for refund of duty? Section 47. Is an oral agreement required to be stamped? No. What is the penalty for falsely representing stamp duty payment? Fine and also imprisonment. Under which section can an instrument be impounded for insufficient stamp duty? Under section 33. Can a document be registered if presented after 4 months? No, unless if it is done with a fine. What is the time limit for registering a will? There is no time limit. Who has the authority to register documents in a district? The district registrar. Under which section is the registration of trust governed? Section 18. Can a mortgage deed be enforced if unregistered? No. What is the validity of a sale deed if not registered? It is considered to be invalid. Under which section can a lost document be reconstructed? Section 65. Who is empowered to authenticate registered documents? Registrar. What is the effect of registering a document after 4 months with fine? It is a valid registration with fine kabatti. Can an unstamped power of attorney be registered? No. What is the consequence of presenting a forged document for registration? Criminally liable. What is the stamp duty on an agreement to sell immovable property? It varies state by state. Who is responsible for affixing the stamp on an instrument? The executant. అంటే ఎవరైతే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళు. Under which section of the Stamp Act can a party apply for stamp duty for adjudication? Section 31. Can an oral lease of immovable property be registered? No. What is the validity of a gift deed without registration? Invalid. Under which section can a sub-registrar refuse registration? Section 71. Can a person register a document through a power of attorney? Yes. Under which section is the procedure for registration of document prescribed? Section 52. Can a document executed outside India be registered in India? Yes, it is. What is the punishment for executing a document without a stamp? Fine and impounding. What is the remedy for refusal of document registration? Appeal to register. Is a receipt for payment of money required to be stamped? Yes, if it is above 5,000. Under which section is the registration of decrees and orders covered? Section 17. Can a lease of 1 year be registered? No, unless if it is above 12 months. What is the effect of non-payment of proper stamp duty? Document is inadmissible అవుద్ది ప్లస్ ఫైన్ పడుతుంది అండ్ 10 times the duty కూడా పే చేసుకోవాల్సి ఉంటుంది పెనాల్టీ. Under which section is the registration of adoption deeds covered? Section 17. Can a unregistered mortgage deed be enforced? No, it cannot be. What is the effect of registered document? It becomes a conclusive proof as per Evidence Act. What is the period of limitation for registration of a document? 4 months. Under which section can a document be presented by an agent? Section 32. Can a document be registered if one party refuses to appear? No, it cannot be. Under which section is the procedure of will registration? A section prakaram undi. Section 40. Under which section is the registration of document executed by government officers covered? Section 89. Can a registered document be cancelled unilaterally? No, it cannot be done. Under which section does the Registration Act allows rectification of mistakes in a document, registered document? Section 87. What is the effect of non-registration of a sale deed? It is invalid. Under which section is the re-registration of lost and destroyed documents are allowed? Under section 69. Can a document be registered at any sub-register office? No, because jurisdiction matters. What is the remedy for refusal of registration by the sub-registrar? It can be appealed to the registrar. Under which section is the process for registering a document in a different district provided? Section 30. Can a party object to the registration of document? Yes. Who has the final authority on registration disputes? Registrar. Under which section is the certification of registered documents covered? Section 60. What is the limitation period for presenting a will for registration? There is no time limit. Under which section can a decree of order or a court be registered? Section 17, clause 2, subclause 6. Can an agreement to sell be registered? Yes, if it is required. Under which section is a document considered registered once the endorsement is made? Section 59. What is the effect of registered gift deed? It is valid transfer. Under which section can an instrument be impounded? Section 33 of Stamp Act. Section 33 of Stamp Act, very important. What is the penalty? 10 times the duty. Who has the authority to adjudicate the stamp duty? Collector. Under which section of the Stamping Act can an instrument be validated after paying deficient stamp duty? Section 42. Can an unstamped agreement be admitted as evidence? No. Under which section does the Stamp Act provide for refund of a duty in case of unused stamps? Section 54. What is the consequence of executing an unstamped promissory note? It is inadmissible in court. Under which section is the penalty for understamped instruments prescribed? Section 35. Can a lease deed be registered without payment of proper stamp duty? No. Who is responsible for affixing the stamp on an instrument? Executant. Under which section is the stamp duty on an instrument adjudicated? Section 31. Can an unstamped power of attorney be registered? No, it cannot be. What is the penalty for falsely representing stamp duty payment? Fine and imprisonment. Under which section can an insufficiently stamped document be validated? Section 42. Can an oral agreement be registered? No. Under which section can a sub-registrar refuse registration? Section 71. What is the time limit for representing a document after refusal? 30 days. Who can register documents in a district? District registrar. Under which section is the registration of partnerships covered? Section 18. What happens if one party refuses to appear for registration? The registration may be refused. Can a document executed outside India be registered in India? Yes, it can be done. Under which section is the procedure for will registration? Section 40. Can a document be registered after limitation period? No, unless with a fine. What is the time limit for registration of a document? 4 months. Under which section can a document be presented by an agent? Section 32. Can a document be registered if executed by a minor? No, it cannot be. What is the effect of non-payment of proper stamp duty? The document becomes inadmissible. Under which section is the registration of adoption deeds covered? Section 17. Can an unregistered mortgage deed enforced? No, it cannot be. What is the effect of a registered mortgage document? Conclusive document. Conclusive proof. Can a document be registered without proper stamp duty? No. Under which section is the cancellation of registration provided? Section 77. What is the period within which a document be represented after refusal? 30 days. Under which section is a registered document given priority over an unregistered document? Section 48. Who maintains a register of documents in sub-register office? Sub-registrar. What is the role of district registrar? Supervisory authority. Under which section can an instrument be adjudicated for proper stamp duty? Section 31. What is the effect of non-registering a lease exceeding 1 year? It is invalid. Can a will be registered after the death of the testator? Yes. What is the limitation period for presenting a document for registration? 4 months. Under which section is the authentication of registered documents covered? Section 60. Can a document be registered at any sub-register office? No, because the jurisdiction matters. What is the punishment for forging a registered document? Imprisonment and fine. Can a lease deed exceeding 1 year be enforced without registration? No, it cannot be done. Under which section is the registration of court decrees covered? Section 17, clause 2, subclause 6. What is the time limit for an appeal refusal to register a document? 30 days. Under which section is the registration of trust covered? Section 18. Can an unstamped document be admitted as evidence? No. What is the penalty for understamping? 10 times duty. What is the consequence of presenting a forged document for registration? Criminal liability. Under which section can an insufficiently stamped document be impounded? Section 33. Can a document be registered if presented after 4 months? No, unless with a fine. Under which section is the penalty for executing a document on insufficiently stamped paper? Section 35. Can an unregistered document affecting immovable property be admitted as an evidence? No, it cannot be done. So, ఈ రోజు మనం 3 యాక్ట్స్ అయితే కవర్ చేసాం. హిందూ మ్యారేజ్ యాక్ట్, హిందూ సక్సెషన్ యాక్ట్ అండ్ ఆల్సో స్టాంప్స్ అండ్ రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ యాక్ట్. ఒకటి మేమేమైతే ఇప్పుడు మీకు క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసామో అవన్నీ ప్రతి ఒక్కటి కూడా మేము మా స్టూడెంట్స్కి వెరీ 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 ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫిలిమ్స్ అని చెప్పి మా స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరికీ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. సో మీలో ఎవరికన్నా ఆ మెటీరియల్ కావాలంటే ప్లీజ్ కాంటాక్ట్ అస్ ఫర్ ద మెటీరియల్ ఆఫ్ వెరీ 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 ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫిలిమ్స్. ఓకే, ఎస్, ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్ ఫర్ ద ఎగ్జామ్. అండ్ ఇలాగా ప్రతిరోజు మీకు 500 ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ అనేది చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది. సో విచ్ హెల్ప్స్ ఫర్ యువర్ రివిజన్. మీ పక్కన స్క్రీన్లో ఏవేవైతే బిట్స్ ఉన్నాయో యూ కెన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ దెమ్. ఇప్పటికీ చెప్తున్నాం, మేము మా ఎస్ఎల్ జ్యుడిషియల్ సర్వీస్ అకాడమీ నుంచి ఇప్పటికీ చెప్తున్నాం, 99.9% క్వశ్చన్స్ ఈ 15 డేస్లో మనం ఏవైతే డిస్కస్ చేసామో వాటిలో ఉండే అడుగుతారు. ద ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఈస్ బీ ప్రిపేర్డ్ విత్ దీస్ క్వశ్చన్స్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.